Melissa Lopez, Executive Director, Diocesan Migrant and Refugee Services.
I guess on Facebook there's been rumors, or you know how Facebook is, that they're stopping people on the border and making them sign documents. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so we've heard a number of reports about lawful permanent residents who were trying to return to the United States over the weekend and who were forced to sign a form I-407, which is the form wherein one abandons their residency. We have not been able to confirm this information, but we have heard these reports. And as a result of that, I've been trying to get information out into the community and trying to find out more about what exactly happened.
Is this a sneaky way of just trying to? Is it like a Trump thing, where it's a sneaky way? Is it a mandate? Do you even know?
Yeah, at this point, nothing has changed in the law that would require or result in lawful permanent residents being put in a position where they're abandoning their residency. There are certain ways under the law for somebody to take certain actions. For example, living outside of the country for too long could result in somebody abandoning their residency. However, without speaking to these individuals, we don't really have a way of confirming whether or not that's what occurred in these cases, or if this is something related to the administration, which is why we'd really like to speak to these people. If this has happened to somebody, we would really like to speak to them so that we can confirm what happened and figure out if there is some information that we need to share with the public about ways that they can protect themselves or things that they should be aware of.
And what happens if this happens to somebody, what can they do? What rights do they have?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest, most important thing, especially for lawful permanent residents, is that if something happens at the port of entry, they should not sign anything, especially anything that they don't understand, that's not in their native language. They definitely shouldn't be signing anything. And we really would encourage people not to sign anything at all. We would prefer that people, we believe that the best thing to do is to not sign any forms, to ask to see an immigration judge, to seek that right to see an immigration judge, and have a judge decide whether the circumstances of their case justify an abandonment of residency, as opposed to that decision, them essentially agreeing to have abandoned their residency at the port of entry. And the most important thing is to then hire an attorney, somebody that can represent them in this process and ensure that their rights are protected and ensure that they're able to do whatever they can to maintain their residency.
And if this happened to them or they want more information, they can contact you guys, right?
Yes, so what we'd like to do is if anybody has had this happen to them, we would really like them to contact our office. They can contact me directly. They can ask for Melissa Lopez, the Director at Diocesan Migrant and Refugee Services. Our telephone number is 915-532-3975. Our web address is www.dmrs-ep.org. And really the biggest thing that I wanted to say is that don't want people to panic. We don't want to create any fear in the community. We want lawful permanent residents to understand that they can continue to travel. We just want them to be aware that we're hearing these reports, and we want them to be careful. We want them to be vigilant. We don't want them to be scared. Yeah.
Okay. And the students then?